Hello. Welcome to the Myrita Moment. If you're new here, thank you for stopping by. To all my new subscribers, thank you for joining me on my journey. Please note that this is the backup channel to the Myrita Minute, which is my main primary channel. I have this up and I'll put things out here that I don't really want to go full-fledged on my main channel because I haven't done a lot of the research, but just come down to the YouTube streets and give you my 2 cents. That's basically it. You might find anything on this channel. It's going to be a hodgepodge of stuff, and I'm sure that's going to confuse the algorithm because it's not going to know what to send out or who to send it to. But I'm going to try to keep it with still celebrity news, but it'll be a little bit of a hodgepodge of everything. White celebrities, Mexican celebrities, black celebrities, you name it. Okay. Okay. Well, I was perusing the YouTube streets. And is this really newsworthy? Like, the lawyer is saying that he's struggling with food choices in jail. Do you have a choice when you're in jail? I mean, what do you expect in jail? I mean, they're giving you 3 hots and a cot on the taxpayer money. You're not paying for anything. I mean, unless you buy it from is it a commissary? I guess you can buy like little snacks and stuff in the commissary, but um, no, this isn't really newsworthy. Like, okay, you don't have a menu. Like, even in the hospital, you have more choices. Like, they give you a menu and you can plan out your week. Like, okay, Monday, I want this, depending on how long you're going to be there, right? And they say, oh, this is lunch, the breakfast, lunch, and dinner menu for tomorrow. What do you want? And they do give you option. Is it like that in jail? Or do you just get your 2 pieces of bread, your bologna, or what have you, chicken nuggets, whatever you get, and your jello and your pudding and you know what I mean? I'm just saying. What? What? This is not newsworthy. And I don't, based on the story that I just heard about what goes down at the after parties, man, you should have buttoned that up. You really should have buttoned that whole thing up. After you get to a certain age and you're over 50, you need to be looking at slowing up, settling down. But it's too late now. So there's that. Yeah, jail is not meant for you to be comfortable. I agree with Luwan McClendon. I agree with you wholeheartedly. Jail is not meant for you to be comfortable. Somebody said, imagine how Shine felt. Okay. So the Jasmine Brand says, Diddy's not feeling the food in jail. Attorney for the music mogul shared that the most difficult part of being behind bars are the meals he's eating. I think the food's probably the roughest part of it, Combs attorney Mark Agnafilo told reporters outside of the federal courthouse in Manhattan after a status conference. Diddy is being housed at Brooklyn Metropolitan Detention Center. So that's the only thing he's struggling with? He's not struggling with his freedom? I think I would have a whole lot to say about what am I getting out? Not what's on the menu for tomorrow. Get out of here. Somebody said, I wish his attorneys would shut up. Plenty of eggplant in there. Tell him to try that. Okay. Says, and we don't give a damn. Compared to being beaten, drugged, oops, I didn't mean to say that word. Compared to being beaten, drugged, ard, and smex trafficked, being cheated out of your hard earned money, verbally berated, and God knows what else, Diddy has it better than the people that he has harmed. Interesting. Yeah, because they broke. And he also kicked and beat it in him for 10 years as well. They had a toxic relationship. Somebody says, we have no proof of that, sir. Unfortunately for Puff, there is no proof of that. And let's say for shits and giggles that what you're saying is true. His size, power, and influence still makes him dead ass wrong. There's nothing she could have done to warrant how she was treated. I pray to God that you do not have daughters. So you had a good free life and threw it away. Man up, eat the struggle food. I guarantee you food is not the roughest part of it. I'm getting ready to say, like, I would have a hard time with my freedom. You know? I can't get out. I can't go and do what I want to do. You know, and if I was addicted to the 2C, then I'm gonna want some of that too, because I've been taking that for years, right? Has he had any withdrawals? I would think if he's supposed to be so um strung out that he would have gone through some withdrawals. Like that should have been the roughest part. But I digress. I digress. Somebody says, I live in California and know how crazy hard that jail is. And from what I hear, the food is the least of his worries. Okay, I'm saying. Imagine how his artist felt. Most from a poor life Shine did time. Diddy and Shine shot up a club in the 90s. A girl got shot in the face, and Shine took the heat for it. But the girl watched Diddy shoot her. Diddy lied at the trial and said he'd had nothing to do with it and never fired a weapon. Well, maybe he's reaping what he sowed now. Like, even if they don't potentially keep him in for life, the fact that he's in jail, you know, for something, because you're going to go from a billionaire status to zero. That's hard. The fact that you were a billionaire status and were bored to death, you made up different things that you could do at after parties. You're bored. You're so bored. He was so bored, he never wanted the parties to end. They would go on for 2 or 3 days straight. You were that bored with $1 billion? Ain't enough yachts, ain't enough trips, ain't enough females to keep you occupied? Like, it could have been just you and 10 girls if you wanted it. Like, right? I mean, I don't know. I'm just saying. What else we got here? This is boring me. So, Aoki Lee is back in the news, and she's saying, they tell me I'm not pretty. Not my mom. I'm quitting modeling. Being a Nepo baby ain't all that, according to Aoki Lee Simmons, who actually is bowing out of the modeling, specifically because she says everyone in the industry wants her to be her mother, Kimora Lee Simmons. The 22-year-old explained her disappointment in a video where she reveals she's constantly told she's not pretty enough to make it in modeling, and if that wasn't deflating enough, she's constantly measured against Kimora. Aoki says, "My mom is always going to be way better model than me. It's just annoying to have that comparison." She says modeling is just a very hard industry, and while she's planning to finish strong like Kimura always told her to do, Aoki's already looking past modeling, hoping to land a job in government. Spare her the dumb model jokes. Aoki has a political science degree from Harvard and plans to take the foreign service test and work in order to work in international relations. As far how she wrapped up her modeling career, she isn't saying except to reveal it won't be in this year's Victoria Secret show. Aoki says she continues for the Victoria gig. Aoki says she auditioned for the Victoria's Secret gig, but didn't get in. Kimura and Russell Simmons' daughter made headlines earlier this year where she briefly dated a 65-year-old restaurateur, Vittorio Asaf. Kimura was not a fan of the relationship, which ended shortly thereafter. So Nick Cannon says, "I partied with Diddy when I was just 16. Star shocks with wild admission." Nick Cannon just made a shocking revelation. He was just 16 when he went to his first, now notorious Diddy party, but he assures nothing happened. Now 44, the film and TV star made the eyebrow-raising announcement while chopping it up this week on The Breakfast Club when the topic of Diddy came up. NC Nick Cannon, I guess it is. Nick Cannon and Lauren LaRosa both mentioned they had been to a Diddy party, once the hottest ticket in town, and now infamous and amid the mogul's mounting legal troubles, but each said nothing nefarious occurred. DJ Envy and Charlamagne the God were both blown away. He was so young, but Nick Cannon said he was being honest because he had nothing to hide and nothing happened other than him dancing his ass off. As TMZ reported this week, Diddy is awaiting his trial, now set for May, with the hip hop superstar facing a slew of federal charges of sex trafficking and racketeering. Diddy recently filed a new appeal to be sprung from behind bars while his trial looms, while at the same time, prosecutors just hinted more charges could be on the way. All right, so what is this about? Dr. Dre, ex-psychiatrist, runs the court, says I need protection. Hmm? Howard King, Dr. Dre's attorney, tells TMZ Mr. Sophie got some text messages in 2023 from an angry patient who had been mistreated, along with his entire family, by a self-proclaimed psychiatric expert. Nothing has changed since 2023 that would warrant this desperate filing and attempt for attention other than Mr. Young's refusal to drop his confidential efforts to have Sophie's license terminated by the Osteopathic Medical Board. The judge has granted TRO. I don't know what TRO is. What is that? Dr. Dre's former psychiatrist isn't just suing him, he's downright terrified of him, so much so he's asked a judge to order the music mogul to stay away, TMZ has learned. Dr. Charles Sophie filed for a temporary restraining order Friday in LA County Court, citing the alleged threats he says Dre texted him over the course of 18 months. Sophie, who had served as a marriage counselor for Dre and his now ex-wife Nicole during the divorce, wants the court to force Dre to stay 100 yards away from him and his 22-year-old son. According to the docs obtained by TMZ, He also wants Dre to stop contacting him altogether, whether by phone, text, or email. Dr. Sophie's fear is evident in the documents. He says Dre knows where he lives and previously has been inside his home. Sophie doesn't even trust his dogs. Max and Cash are safe from Dre. He officially requested the judge to order Dre to stay away from them too. As we reported, Sophie filed a $10 million lawsuit against Dre, claiming the Forgot About Dre rapper started sending threatening texts in February of 2023, 14 months after Dre and Nicole finalized their divorce. He claims the texts include Dre calling him a B and ominous warnings like, "Don't worry, I haven't forgotten about you." The judge has not yet granted Sophie's request. For his part, Dre, through his attorney, Howard King, says Sophie maliciously tried to turn Dre's son against him during the divorce. He's accusing Sophie of malpractice and has filed a complaint with the with the Osteopathic Medical Board of California, seeking to get his medical license revoked. We reached out to King about the TRO. So far, no word back. What y'all think about that? That's crazy, right? And last but not least, we talk about the comedian and radio host Wanda Smith. Now, honestly, y'all, I didn't know anything about Wanda Smith to a degree. And if I did, I didn't pay too much attention. I know she was on a radio show in Atlanta, V103, I want to say. Maybe it wasn't V103, but I know she was with Frank Ski. But I didn't really honestly pay any attention to her until her, going back and forth with, Cat Williams. Unfortunately, Cat Williams got the best of her that day, and things didn't end up too kosher towards the end of the night with her husband, and the activity that had gone on at the comedy club where Cat Williams was supposed to perform. So that turned into something else. And I want to say not too long after that, she was let go from the radio station. However, it's sad that anybody, passes away, but I wonder if she was sick. Let's open it up. Comedian and former host of the Frank and Wanda in the Morning on V103 has died. Okay, yeah, I thought that's what it was. She died on October the 12th, which is my birthday, y'all. Oh, that's sad. I am sad to hear about the passing of comedian and radio host Wanda Smith. She was a staple in the Atlanta area, and we came up in comedy together. She was ultimate entertainer. Rest now, sis. Condolences to the Smith family. Wanda appeared in films like Medea Goes to Jail, Medea's Witness Protection. Before breaking into radio, she was a writer for the series Def Comedy Jam. She founded Girls Stand Together, a nonprofit that promotes female empowerment in Atlanta, Georgia. We got the Diddy Bell. What does that mean? I don't know what that means. In 2018, Wanda was fired by V103 after comedian Cat Williams claimed her husband pointed a pow pow at him outside of an Atlanta comedy club. Prior to that incident, Wanda interview with Cat on V103 went left when he insulted her weight and eating habits. In an appearance on Shannon Sharp's Club Shay Shay podcast, Cat said he was promised before going on the show that we won't talk about your kids. We won't talk about jail, no cases. We ain't going to talk about none of that. Wanda was upset because she believed her co-host Frank Ski should have stepped in to help her. Wanda and Frank Ski are pictured in a 2006 with music mogul Sean Combs. Wanda is survived by her husband, Lamora Sellers, and 3 children named Tavares, Giovanni, and Isaiah. Well, that's sad. But if they were told that they weren't going to bring that stuff up, why did she do it? Like, he was being smart because, I don't know how that went left all of a sudden. I think she came after him about his clothes, his hair. I don't know what she was doing. I don't know what that day. She walked into it and he never let up. Unfortunately. No, there's that. There's nothing else going on, y'all. I'm gonna come back, but I will probably do my recap on Real Housewives of Potomac a little later. I wasn't really all that excited about it, but I'll try to put something together. Please like, share, subscribe. This is the backup channel to the My Reader Minutes. Go over to the My Reader Minutes. I posted a great video about this girl that had firsthand knowledge of a P. Diddy party, and she goes into the account of what transpired the night that she was escorted there by a royal prince, an Arabian prince, who tried to hand her over to P. Diddy. Y'all check that out. The My Reader Minutes. Please like, share, and subscribe. Everyone be blessed. Peace.